Hello and welcome viewers. My name is Pim. I'm from Dutch Long Arms. I'm the designer of the Dutch rifle, the Ascalon rifle, and I've been asked to tell you a little bit about the rifle. Let's start at the front. Here we have our brick compensator. It's a very decent brick, and the funny story about it is that I can tell you all these technical stuff on how and why we designed it, but it was actually designed by accident. But it works beautifully. You can shoot this thing with humongous calibers all day. Now we move backwards. In this case, it's a 32-inch barrel that's 30 millimeters thick. Usually this would be too thick for any other, too heavy, I would say, for any other rifle. But as you can see here, we have the barrel clamp. That makes the action and the barrel as well as the handguard one tight piece, so it's very sturdy, and you can even use barrels of 35 and more inches. As you can see here, there's 3 screw holes. On the other side of the rifle, I can show you with this orange one, there are screws. If you would untighten these screws, you are allowed to simply unscrew the barrel, change it for any other caliber. The calibers we use for this rifle are from 308 to 408. Currently under development is also the XXL rifle, which is going to be shooting 338 up to a 50. Moving along, here we have the scope rail. As you can see, it's pretty high, but that's intentionally because when you're shooting extreme long range, your barrel's way up, so you need to move your scope up, otherwise you're looking at your muzzle brake, which is not a good thing. You can also see it's mounted fairly towards the front of the rifle. This is because it's what I would like to call a semi-bullpup rifle. So normally the trigger will be around here, but now as you can see it's here. And this is due to the fact that the notch of the bolt is halfway the bolt and not in the rear. This prevents your bolt from actually tilting when you cock the rifle. So when you cock it, it stays straight. This is also due to the floating bolt head that's also replaceable in order to shoot all kinds of calibers from the same platform. On the rear is the biggest trick of the Ascalon. We've all been there. We've shot hot loads. We've shot loads that were in the sun. We did silly stuff with powders, and then we got stuck with a rifle. So what I did is I splitted the motions bolt action rifle has. So first you move it upwards, and now the lugs are free. But obviously, still the case is stuck in there and needs to come out, especially when it's a hot load. It's going to be stuck in there. So this is your primary section. As you can see, it's moving backwards as opposed to the rifle, and now I'm allowed to move it all the way backwards. In there is easy. So again, going up, lugs are free. Going back, this is your primary section, and now I'm able to reload. Going down, you can see a trigger. This trigger was built by our colleague from Austria, Mr. Andy from Bix and Andy, and this is a very good Remington 700 style trigger. So we stuck an Andy in there, but you can, basically put any Remington 700 style trigger in there. You will also notice this trigger guard is fairly big, and we do this so we can pull that trigger on the bottom without interfering from the trigger guard. Here you see a grip. It's any AR style grip you can put on there. You can use mag pulls, Hogues, or whatever you have lying around the place. Moving more backwards, this is the chassis holding these 2 pins in place. As you can see, there's 2 pins on the top and the bottom of the rifle. This is due to the fact that I wanted to keep the bore, the barrel, exactly in the middle of this. This allows you to handle the recoil a lot better. It's a straight recoil, which is a lot more friendly. On the back here, you see this little thingy, and that's actually the bolt stop. So if we go back, this will hit that little notch there, and if we want to remove the bolt, we just put it in there. So that way you're not damaging the back of your lugs, you're just bumping into your bolt. this is a cheek piece, obviously. It's very small. You can loosen it, move it. And the reason it's small is because for extreme long range, you need as little as touch as you can from this piece to your cheek, because pressing down on it will interfere in your extreme long range shot. So it's small, it's adjustable. It's only there to keep your eye as a reference point to the scope. Moving along further, here's an adjustable butt pad. We've all been there, it's been in your bag, there's sand in there. In this case, you just take it off, you can clean it and put it back on. It's fairly easy. It's also height adjustable, so if you unscrew 2 pins here, it can move up and down. We don't like monopods, we love bag riders. What we love more even is adjustable bag riders. So here you can see that you can move up and down your entire rifle. So we use this in combination with a bag still. So this is your rough adjustment, and then by squeezing the bag, you know, old school shooting long range, you have your elevation. I forgot one bit. As you can see here, this is your regular style spigot bipod holder. It's now at a 12 o'clock setting. As can be seen here, you can also set it for a 6 o'clock setting. Simply loosen these screws, twist it upwards, get a different bipod, and you're good to go. On top of the rifle, we mounted the Hyperion scope mount. We noticed that in order to shoot extreme long range, a good rifle is only one part of the business. The other part you're going to need is something with enough elevation, and even the best of scopes do not allow for this. So what we did was we made this adjustable scope mount. It's passively adjustable, so you need to take it off in order to adjust it, but then you have from 0 up to 200 MOA, or from 0 to 55 MRAD. Well, that's about it. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask us. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon on the range somewhere.